everybody, this week we're at Fort Mandan, and right now we're at the Lewis and Clark Interpretation Center. I'll turn you around and look at, I said, let's put it behind me. Big statues. But anyhow, we're going to Fort Mandan. We're going to the Knife River Indian site where they had the historic town at, and whatever else we might come along and see today. So let me flip you around. And there Linda is trying to hold Sadie from running away. You can see how big it is. No, they're probably 15 foot tall. She's holding on to the hand now.
A finger.
Onto the finger like a youngin'.
Yeah.
This is Lewis and Clark. And the Indians. Let's go here and see what the sign says about it. Chief White Coyote, whom Lewis and Clark called Big White, gave hope and promise to the corpse of discovery would sustain itself through a long, cold winter yet to come. This is a Mandan Winter, a steel sculpture by Tom Neary of Washburn, North Dakota. Captures the chance encounter between the Sikihi and captains outside the gates of Fort Mandan. And that's where we're going to, down to Fort Mandan here in just a few minutes. Hey, look, they got more buffalo here than Jamestown does.
They've got a herd here.
You got a horde of buffalo here. Where people have donated them out of steel.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
They look real good.
Yeah, real heavy duty. I don't know if you can see it like that. There's water over there we just seen. The Missouri is right down over that hill right there. Let's walk out here and see if we can get a view of it. Sadie's always got to be in the lead. Yeah, and right there's the Missouri. Linda's dressed like it might be summertime. Yeah, it's going to be 70 here today. We was going to ride a motorcycle. It's a little bit too chilly this morning, though.
It's a little too chilly for this, too.
Well, that was a fancy hat outfit. Started May the 21st to July the 31st. They traveled more than 600 miles up the Missouri River, never once meeting an American Indian. Yeah, that's a back-breaking job right there. Look at that tree, Linda's saying. Carving out a boat. I don't think I would have liked that job too good. Yeah, look how deep it is. It's deep and it's wide right there. And right here is Satcharia, who was part of the mission with her and her husband, and she was pregnant at the time when it started, and she had a baby on the trail. And when the baby came along, it went from a war party to a peace party to the Indian tribes they came in contact with. Look at the little shoes. They're just as cute as all get out. Right there's some more Indian artifacts. Like to have that buffalo hide up there. Because the one I just tried on a while ago was really nice. It really kept you warm at minus 45. Right here's a fort and village as of 1860. Right there would be the fort. Right there'd be the village.
It's close to the river, but at the time of year they were there, it was frozen over.
Yeah, because it's minus 45. Very informational. Right here's a replica of the trading room where they would trade with the Indians and the people at the fort. It's the blue beads up there was very valuable, or well sought after is what they said. You got your tools back there. The blacksmith would make tools, and then at first they would not make weapons because, what's his name?
I don't know, Lewis or Clark one?
Yeah, did not want to arm the Indians with weapons, but then after they started running out of food, they agreed to stop making weapons for the Indians. Right here's the Missouri River. Fort Mandan is just right over there. So the fort was right on the Missouri River. It's like it's pretty crystal clear water moving quickly with lots of sandbars out there. And we made it to Fort Mandan. So now we're doing the tour. So something we found out to go in the fort, it does cost $8 you got to pay at the Lewis and Clark Center. I'm going to take Sadie back to the truck. She was too stimulated. So you can see here comes the fort up here. Let's turn around so you can see the fort. Kind of small. Now it looks small, it might not be small.
Looks small from here, doesn't it?
Yep. That must have been the blacksmith. All the repairs was made.
Object of your mission is to explore Thomas Jefferson.
Huh. And we almost made it to the fort.
Well, you can see the water up there.
So you'll notice this room has the guns in the back and then also a trap right there. And then also some fishing gear over here. This room shows how they would have hunted.
This is the inside of the fort.
By the time they did get here though, the river was pretty close.
There would have been about 50 people here.
They did hunt.
Right here's how they would have slept. You got real bison floors here, which they are really soft. I might need one of those for my bed.
They fished.
They fished. And they said,
Hunting. A buffalo a day.
the buffalo, there's between about the 50 people that stayed here, they ate about 8 to 10 pounds of meat at per portion per day. So buffalo lasted a day. They was constantly hunting for food. But that's how they would have cooked over the fire. Some guns. So this is just a couple more of the rooms. I'm not going to show you too much, but it's definitely worth the money to come and see it for yourself. This is not original. This is a reproduction about 12 miles from where it was originally. That's the loft up there. And this would have been the room that Lewis and Clark would have stayed in.
What was that?
I was just talking.
Oh,
Right there's some of the supplies they would have used. And right there's a map. And he was actually only off by about 60 miles, so he was pretty accurate when he drew maps. Just right here, some more of that village.
So he did the whole trip.
The cannon.
He started in St. Louis. He went all the way to the ocean, and he came back. And they believe he did live in St. Louis for a couple of years, and may have even.
Right here where they would have took the breaks at. They walked 15 minutes 24-hour assist, but it was minus 45, so they could only stay outside for like 15 minutes. And here's aerial footage of Fort Mandan. You know, this is just awesome. This is nothing about this is original. This is rebuilt in the 1970s. But this is what it would have looked like when Lewis and Clark was here. And right here is the main reason for the Lewis and Clark expedition. Here's some aerial footage of the Missouri River. Enjoy. Well, it cost $8 to go through Fort Mandan and the museum up here at the Lewis and Clark Center. It was really worth the money. No senior citizen discount, though. You know, I'm kind of old, so I didn't get no discount. Just a flat $8, which still is not a bad price. Well, we made it to the Knife River Indian Village. So we've been wanting to do this for a while. I think we're going to have a great time looking at what was here on the Missouri River with the Indian villages. Well, we made it up here outside to the Oath Lodge that they have. They only expected these to last about 10 years. And right there it is. It looks fairly small compared to what we seen inside the little museum they have in there. But we thought there was going to be a whole little village here. And I guess this is the only structure here is the Oath Lodge.
And they thought that they had a soul just like people, just like humans. And the door was the mouth.
Yeah, and so here's the mouth. Let's go in and see what we got. Right, here's a nice buffalo hide. And actually the temperature changed drastically, actually. It's actually cool in here.
Oh,
It's almost like you got AC on.
put my coat on cold.
Yeah.
Dang, it's cold in here.
Say that again.
Dang, it's cold in here.
It's amazing how much it changed. That was where they kept the food at. You have some tools of the trade. That'd give you blisters on your hand grinding up corn all day. There's a fire.
But this is not laid out like the buffalo woman said in the video. She said on the sides of the front door there was the dogs and the extra firewood.
Yeah.
So we don't see that. And then the cooking area was built up on a platform, and here it's on the ground level.
Right. Still very interesting though.
It is.
It's definitely worth the stop. I'm going to fly the drone here in just a few minutes and get an aerial view of the Oath Lodge.
Oh, look up.
Yeah, but I think in here, even in the summertime, 100 degrees outside, you probably wouldn't really need no AC because it's probably in the 60s in here now. Very nice.
The inside of the wood is on the inside, and the outside, the bark is on the outside.
Yeah, it's rough. You get a splinter very easily in it.
You don't lean up against that.
No, you don't. Yeah.
Look how the structure is put together at the top, like a log cabin is now, rounded out.
And it had the twigs going all the way around. I guess for the roof, then they put the dort up there on top for the insulation. So it's very well constructed. And this is a plug for me. If you need any RV travel logs, journal books, diaries, just whatever you might need, check out our store below. And right here is more about Lewis and Clark at Knife River Indian Village. They was here in October 27th. And then again in August the 14th, 1806. And August the 17th of the same year.
So Knife River is actually a river off of the Missouri River. And we learned that the Mississippi River used to flow into the Missouri River. Or do I have that backwards?
No, I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, very interesting.
Oh, yeah, I think if anybody's coming out this way, this should be a destination spot.
Yeah, I'd do both, the Fort Mandan and here.
Yeah.
They're only about 30 minutes apart.
Mm-hmm.
Right there's some more information about it. About their garden.
I thought it was interesting that if there was a problem with a woman's child, that the aunt of the child would do the corrective disciplinary action, and if it was a male child acting up, it was the father's, in other words, the child's uncle, the father's brother or sister, depending on the gender, is the one who did the corrective action, not the father or the mother.
Yeah. That's the drying stage for corn. And right there's one, what it would look like where they dry the corn at. No, I don't know how it worked either. And right here is drone footage of the Indian Village Orth Lodge, which they expected to last about 10 years when they built it. When you're out traveling, you just never know what you might find. We found this at New Salem. It's probably a great view. It's up on top of a mountain, and it's a heifer, Holstein heifer, that's probably 30 foot tall, which I will show you here in just a second. We love to see the quirky stuff. There's the cow. Just huge. I hope you enjoyed this week's video of us doing the Lewis and Clark and then the Indian Village. Thanks for watching. See you next week.